Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 29 of Civilization 6 as the German Empire. I have been reading in between videos, especially on things like the Civ Fanatic forums and a few other places where various Let's Plays of YouTubers and streamers have been linked. A few people saying that this campaign has been quite frustrating to watch because I've made some sort of very early mistakes and I've not been playing optimally. And I completely agree. I mean, that is true. I have made mistakes and I've not been playing optimally. But also remember that going into this game, I had literally 2 hours practice. I got the key from 2K a day before the embargo. And I literally had time, because obviously I wanted to get videos recorded in advance so they were uploaded and ready to go by the embargo. So I literally only had a couple of hours to load the game up, have a quick play around, try and learn what I was doing before starting this campaign. And I'd obviously not got anywhere near the mid-game, let alone the end game. So a lot of the mechanics that I'm encountering now in this campaign, I'm seeing for the first time. So I'm having to sort of learn what I do as I go. Now, hopefully, if you started watching my Roman campaign, you'll notice that that is significantly better because I've actually gone into that with the experience that I've had from this game as the German Empire and also from my experience with another game I've been playing as Rome, the one that I've been doing on the stream on and off. But anyway, enough about that. Let us carry on. We're going to go for a scientific victory because I haven't been playing optimally. I didn't really focus on a specific victory type. I don't think we're in any danger of losing, not at the moment anyway. But certainly we do need to get our sort of proverbial fingers out if we want to have any chance of trying to get a win in good time. So there's a potential for a cultural victory as well. I'm not too sure how long that would take when you compare it to something like Civilization 5. Sometimes cultural victories can take quite a good amount of time. Victoria has finished building Cristo de Redentor. I think we were working on that somewhere. Not 100% certain now. I did think that I'd started that in one of my cities, but I can actually no longer remember. Maybe I wasn't. Might end up having to turn the quick animation on because these turns are taking some time now. We're not actually getting a notification that we have to do change any production, so I can only assume that we weren't actually working on Cristo de Redentor. So let's go ahead and carry on. Now, one thing that I have been unable to fathom, and I've spoken to Marbazir about this and a few other people as well, is that when you lose a wonder race, you don't get anything back anymore. Civilization 5... any production that you'd invested into that wonder, you used to get some of it back as gold. So at least you could then go and buy a unit or buy a building, and it didn't feel like all of that construction time was totally wasted. In Civilization 6, it seems like if you lose a wonder race, you don't get anything back, which means all of that production, and production is definitely key in Civilization 6 when you consider how much production some of these wonders cost. We've also got Japan over here as well. We might have to do something to stop Japan potentially getting a religious victory. But yeah, losing all of that production...
You don't stumble upon your heritage. It's there, just waiting to be explored and shared.
Losing all of that production is a really bad thing, especially when you look at something like Sydney Opera House, which has a base cost of 3,300 production for 8 culture. It's not particularly useful. But I want to know what these shipwrecks are. 100% additional tourism from great works and artifacts. We're definitely going to have that. Are we really going to be that bothered on wonders? I think we can get away with replacing... in fact, we can probably get away with replacing one of these. 4 gold and +1 faith from all trade routes. We're not going to have as many trade routes soon. We're only going to have 6. The science we probably want to keep. +1 culture and +1 science from international trade routes. I think that's probably the one we get rid of. So let's go and swap that out. So our tourism's currently 210. So we'll soon see how much we're getting there. Let's go and repair the market here because everything was getting pillaged. We've got another envoy. We are only the suzerain of a couple of places. What about Hattusa? We've actually got a few envoys, I think. So we are on 6. We'd need to be on 8. How many do we have? We've got 3. So we're on 6. We could go up to 8 there. And we get another one. Well, we're not building units, so getting another one in Kabul maybe isn't so great. But if we can get one in Brussels, and then we'll get more production in the industrial zone district when building wonders, buildings, and districts. I can only assume as well that that must count towards... must count towards the Hansa. It says industrial zone districts, but technically the Hansa is an industrial zone district. Now, here's another thing that I tried out a day or two ago after somebody asked if it was a possibility. There are certain buildings now that actually have an area of effect. So, for example, factories have an area of effect. They have a 6-tile range and will increase production in any city within that range. The same as things like the zoos and the stadiums, actually giving extra amenities for any city in a 6-tile range. And they do, in fact, stack. So if you've got several cities within range of one another, all with factories and all with zoos, they will get multiple bonuses for those overlapping zones. So, again, a very important decision when planning. Maybe you want to keep all of your cities closer together so that you can actually get a lot of those bonuses stacked on top of one another.
Better to fight for something than live for nothing.
So we can now get aircraft carriers and destroyers. So we can actually get a decent melee naval unit now, should we want one. We've lost the suzerain status already with Brussels. That is unfortunate. Choose our production. So what do we want to get over here? Well, we don't want a spaceport. We're already working on that. Yeah, Sydney Opera House, even at this stage of the game, is still 74 turns. Let's go and try and get Broadway. We might manage it. This city's not doing a huge amount of other stuff right now. What tiles is it working and when is it going to grow? 18 turns until it grows. It's got a lot of food locked in. We definitely want to make sure that we've got all of the high production tiles. Although we don't have a huge number of high production tiles. And not too sure if we could get any more over there, really. Not really anything we could upgrade for additional production, but it's doing fairly well, so I think we'll just sort of leave that to do its thing. If Cologne gets a factory, it won't reach Frankfurt, it's too far away. But I think it's actually from the industrial district, which is over here. So it would reach Manchester. For 12 turns, it's probably worth building one. We could get an archaeologist here. We do have a theatre square. So let's go and get the archaeologist first. Try and get some extra culture. Production in these newer cities isn't really all that important. Our culture has gone up to 264 now, which is quite nice. Well, not our culture, our tourism. We're still over the trade route limit by 8. I wonder what will actually happen when the limit drops back down to 6. Will we actually have those units disbanded? We've got a decent amount of gold coming in. We've got a relatively decent amount of faith coming in. So we might even have a look and see if we can purchase another great person. So let's just have a quick look at that now. So, what do we have? We have almost 3,000. Well, everyone's a little bit too expensive. We could get a great artist. We could definitely do that. The Death of Cleopatra, sculpture. The Marriage of Hiawatha and Minnehaha, which would be a sculpture. And the Pompeian Girl. So we get 3 sculptures from a great artist. Although we are lacking an art museum. So we probably need to get one of those somewhere, but we can do that. We can definitely go ahead and build one in one of our cities. So let's pick him up anyway. Go on to the next turn. Already getting into that stage of the game now where I don't really have an awful lot to do between turns. I don't really have an army to manage. Not really any barbarians around. We're not at war with anybody. I guess we do have a kind of an isolated start. I mean, certainly we are on the same continent now as Greece and Japan, but apart from a few religious units, Japan is not bothering us, and Greece has been fairly well behaved throughout this campaign. Certainly England being one of the bigger threats. We are no longer allied with Rome, though. We wouldn't accept that. So we do have you. Obviously, we can't use you because you must occupy a district with a free slot of the appropriate type. So if we go and have a look, Yeah, we've got an archaeological museum, but we do not have an art museum anywhere. So that is something that we need to get. So for the time being, we are going to put you to sleep. Our scientists can try and steal a tech boost. We don't really need stealth. It's not all that useful, but getting an extra 1,200 gold could be. So we can also disrupt their rocketry, actually. I think we keep going on that. That's why I sent them there now. I remember doing that. I sent them there because this is a different recording session, by the way. It's it was yesterday that I recorded the previous video, and I now just remembered England are also building a spaceport, or they have a spaceport, in fact, and our our spies there in the spaceport trying to disrupt that now to stop them from, or at least slow them down from attempting to get a scientific victory. So that's what we're attempting to do there. I'm loving how America just has that settler sat there, but they're not really doing anything for it. You want... I don't want your iron, but I would gladly take a little bit of extra money from you, if you can afford a little bit of extra money. Yeah, he'll go for that. It was probably worth more, but I don't mind. It's all extra money coming in, and then we can use that to buy some buildings. So if we have got another theatre district somewhere that doesn't have a museum in it already, we can just go ahead and buy an art museum. My troops are merely passing by. I don't actually intend to attack Greece now, I don't think. I know I got those sort of artillery units with an intention of maybe attacking Greece at some point, but I figure that there isn't really a lot of point in doing that now. So we'll back off with some of these units. Just not to, it shouldn't really matter. I mean, as long as I don't declare war on him, he shouldn't really get upset. I mean, they're only protecting my borders. I think when you've got units inside your own borders, it really shouldn't trigger that message. I mean, what's the point? You're within your own borders. You've got every right to have troops stationed there, really. Choose a production. So this is Heidelberg. So we can get a factory here. Do you have... So I guess what we could do is... How much would it be for a broadcast centre? Let's just have a look on purchase. So a broadcast centre would be 1,970. We'll start building the factory, I think. We'll potentially then... Because that factory will also stack. In fact, no. Changed my mind on that one instantly. What we are going to do is we're just going to gold purchase the factory. Because that factory will now increase the production in Aachen. I'm hopefully pronouncing that right this time, because I know a lot of people have been upset by that. So hopefully Aachen, Frankfurt, Nuremberg should all get the production bonuses from the industrial district, because it's within 6 tiles of them all. So that leaves us with the production, which we'll do on the... We could get the power plant as well. The power plant also extends its range, but I think what we might do is work on building the broadcast centre, and we will buy the power plant as soon as we have the money, which should be a little bit faster than that. So, yeah, well, I really do need to find out if I have a theatre district anywhere, but don't have a museum. So, you've got a theatre district. We do not have one in Nuremberg. You've got one. We don't have one in Berlin, which is understandable. Manchester doesn't have one. The capital's got a theatre district with an archaeological museum. So we have got some places we could get theatre districts, certainly. You've got an archaeological museum. Yeah, so we probably have to get one in Nuremberg or something like that, which, to be honest, we could do. So that great person might be a little bit of a waste at the moment. Hopefully not too much. I don't actually think it's unit movement that's slowing the turn times down, to be honest. I think it's just a little bit of processing speed right now. But what I will do at the end of this turn, as we are not actually at war with anybody, and it's just turns processing, I will go ahead and put it on to quick movement. I'll leave sort of full combat on, because we're not actually witnessing any combat, but I will go ahead and put quick movement on. But yeah, it just mainly seems to be a little bit of processing time more than anything. So we've got a boost on another
if you
civic.
go on with this nuclear arms race, All you're gonna do is make the rubble bounce.
So now we've got the Manhattan Project. We can build nuclear devices. I know a lot of people would like to see nukes, but it's probably not going to happen in this game. And we can get uranium as a resource. So let's just quickly go into our options here, and we want to just enable quick movement. Let's confirm that and return to the game. So choose our production, and we should be well out in front in terms of tech. We've almost got it all done. So what is it that we actually need? Let's just look at the victory conditions and try and make sure that we get everything unlocked that we're going to need for this victory. So we need to launch a satellite. So we need to build a spaceport. We need to research rocketry and satellites, nuclear fusion, robotics. So let's have a look. So have we got rocketry already? I thought we had. Or am I missing something? Yep, we've got rocketry. So then we need to get satellites, which we've got. We need nuclear fusion. And we also need robotics. So that means we've got to go through lasers as well. Now, robotics gives us production to pastures. This doesn't really give us anything at the moment. So let's go for robotics first, because we can work on that straight away. And that'll give us a little bit of extra production, which might help us out with some other stuff. So, speaking of production, what about Berlin? We could actually just go ahead and get the theatre square here if we wanted to. We could probably find a tile to put it on. Not without losing some stone. Yeah, this is not a good city to try and build anything on. We could go and get this, of course, once we get an archaeologist, but I don't think we'll be bothering with that. So what are we going to do instead, then? Amenities are good, so building a zoo seems a little bit pointless. Let's just go ahead and build the sewer. Not really an awful lot else for it to do, really. We'll just get all these guys fortifying up. And we'll go on to the next turn. We'll see if that turn time is any quicker with quick movement on. Which is quite good, because I know there are a lot of people asking about sort of late game turn times. You want to swap some stuff around. You've actually got blue jeans. We'll accept the deal. Quite happy just to take a little bit of money from you. But yeah, as soon as we can go and buy that power plant down in Heidelberg? Heidelberg. I will get it. I keep saying Hildeberg, but it's Heidelberg. Heidelberg and Aachen. Hopefully. How much will it cost me to purchase said power plant? 1,970. I mean, that's a considerable amount of gold there. But it'll only be a few more turns. We can certainly buy it more quickly than we could build it, so that is what we will do. What are we working on over here now? I've completely forgotten. You actually want an alliance and a defensive pact. I'd be quite happy with that, actually. Not that I think anybody is going to attack us, and if somebody attacks Rome, I'm sure we could deal with them. We are quite isolated, and we do have a relatively decent army, so especially on Prince, it should be easy to fend anybody off that might try and attack us. Oh, it's Broadway, that's what we're building there, I remember now. So 7 turns remaining until we actually finish the spaceport. So that hopefully won't take too long. We've finished a broadcast centre down here in Nuremberg. We could go ahead and get a market. I mean, we've already got the district, although if we got a factory, that would also spread not quite to Hildeberg, I don't think. Where's the industrial district? It is this one. Actually, it would. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would easily be within range. But let's try and get some more money, because buying buildings now is probably going to be quicker than building buildings anyway. Apparently, we do have a source of uranium somewhere. I wish they'd actually changed this interface up here so you could click on your sources of a resource and it would show you where it is. Because I don't even recall getting the... Actually, no, I don't have a source of uranium. That's coming from Hattusa. We've also got some Hinduism, Buddhism and stuff finding its way over here, which I don't really like. Let's just have a quick look at the victory conditions here for religion. Actually, they're not doing all that well. England only has 3 of 8 civs converted. Buddhism is Japan. They've managed to convert the Greeks, but they haven't converted us yet. I don't think they'll have time to do that. So, trade routes. Yeah, it looks like they're going to start dropping down now, possibly. Although we have gained another trade route, apparently. So, where do we want to go now? Do we just go for the gold, or 18 gold, 1 science, 1 faith? We could trade with Rome for 17 gold, 1 science, and 2 faith. Not too sure which one works out as being better or worse, to be honest. And I think that's all of the routes that we can do. We have, we've got a trader here that we can't actually put on a trade route. So we will have to transfer you. We'll move you just to the capital. But I think we're actually over our cap on trade routes now. We do need more housing in Nuremberg, but that's not too much of a problem. We've got some trading posts. And that is all I can do on this turn, so I'm going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying this Let's Play as the German Empire. Hopefully it will be coming to a conclusion soon, one way or another, but we will take a few more videos to find out, I'm afraid. So I'll see you guys on the next one, and until then, goodbye for now.